Okay, if you're someone that uses a gimbal in every day of your professional life, there are just going to be certain accessories that are going to be absolutely critical. What I want to do is I want to talk today about what I consider one of the all-time most important accessories I've ever gotten for an RS4, an RS3, an RS2, you name it. And that is getting good handles for your gimbal. Oh, hey, and do me a favor, if you find this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It is so hard to keep a YouTube channel going these days, and your subscriptions are the only thing that keep this channel going. Now, what I'm gonna talk about today here is the DJI R Twist Grip dual handle for the Ronin system. Now, one note about this, I'm not being paid by anyone. This isn't a sponsored post. I literally bought these years ago, and I have used these for years, and they're still holding up just as good as the day I got them. So I absolutely love these things. I want to show what these things are in case you're looking for a great handle system for your gimbal, and why this thing could really, really help you unlock the full potential of what these gimbals can do. Now, if you look here, this DJI R Twist Dual Grip, it's a basic system. It comes with 2 arms, and it comes with 2 handles. Now, I do have one little SMALLRIG attachment here that I use for a strap, so that is not part of it, but just so you know that that's there. And these things work really, really good. Now, the first thing you're gonna see is, one thing I love about these arms is they have a ton of attachments. They have both RE locator pins, they have 1/4 inch, they have 3/8, they have cold shoe mounts right here on the top, and more importantly, on the top and on the bottom, they have built-in NATO rails, and this is absolutely essential. I'm going to show you in a minute. And to attach them, they just natively hook right up to your gimbal. So what you're going to do is you're just going to lock on one side. You're going to push a button just to make sure it gets on there. It has another button over here. I can literally push this button on there, lock it in, and it literally takes that much time to hook it up. It is fantastic. Now, if you want to put a handle on here, you just literally, it has a safety lock. You put it on there, boom, you are good to go. You can get both of these handles on here this fast. And in the amount of time it took me to talk about that, I literally now have a 2-handed gimbal system here on my camera. And this just really unlocks a ton of the creativity of how you can use your gimbal. And while I love having the ability to go to kind of a samurai component of my gimbal, I just always feel like I have so much more control when I have a 2-handle approach. And what's really nice about this too is the fact that because this is NATO rails, you can obviously get this second handle wherever you want. It just slides, and then it's got a turning lock on the back that you can lock it in. But that is not where this thing's main trick is. It is actually, like I said, a twist dual grip. And if you look here on the back, it actually has a dial here. So if I dial this in here, check this out. Now I can sit there and dial this, and boom. Now I have a briefcase mode ready to go on my gimbal. And that fast, I can sit there, and now I can operate my gimbal in the way I'm most comfortable. And this is really how I love to operate my gimbal when I'm doing it. I got one hand where I can access all of my controls, and I've got a second hand here for the extra benefit. If I want to go back to a 2-handed, just regular thing, well, all I got to do, I can just switch it back up. It's literally that fast, dial it in, and boom, now I am good to go. So it's a really, really great, very, very, very intuitive system. So as you can see, this just really opens up your ergonomics and really lets you operate your gimbal pretty much in any way you can think to control it, which I really, really like. And I essentially use these on almost every shoot I have until I go to a real big setup and I need to go ahead and bring a ring system. But any kind of streamlined, simple setup, I use this on 100% of those shoots. And I'm going to show you one thing that I like to work and what I consider the best way to operate it. I'm going to actually take off one of these handles here, and instead of putting a handle on here, because the way I prefer to handle is actually like this. I have one hand on my controls and I have one hand on the back. I like to basically get a small monitor handle that I can attach here on my arm. Now, because it's got all these mounts, the 3/8, the 1/4 inch, you name it, you could actually put a traditional monitor with a magic arm. But what I really like to do is I like to use a SMALLRIG tilt monitor mount that has a NATO clamp built on it. Now, this is an old school one. You can get some that are a little more advanced now. But what I love about it is I can just click this on there, and look at this. That fast, I can have this on there. And if I have a system, I can just put my phone in here, and boom, that fast now, I can connect to the Raven Eyes, my SDR, whatever system I have here, and now I am ready to rock and roll in super fast speed on a gimbal. And this system and these arms, what they allow you to do is they allow you to literally, you can pull up on a set, grab your camera out, and once you get your gimbal up, you can attach these to the gimbal, get a small phone here to have a monitor in less than 3 or 4 minutes, and you are ready to roll. I have used this so many times in the field. This is a tried and true system. Now, whenever I do a review of anything, I do like to point out what I consider any rooms for improvement. And I'll be honest with you, as someone that has used this for now, I think the last 3 or 4 years on every shoot I do, this thing just always does what I want. I mean, the only thing I can think that could be something just to be aware of would be if you, oh, not drop my phone. If you look here on the back, when you slip up this system, it basically locks into a certain position. So it'll lock at that position. You know, if you want to have maybe a different angle, you can kind of lock it, but it's not really designed for that. It's pretty much a 1 and 2 point position. Now that being said, once you get used to operating about this 2 position is really comfortable. I've never had any issues with it whatsoever. But that's really the only thing I can think of. And besides that, this is just one piece of equipment I cannot recommend enough, having used it hundreds of times. It's just something that makes your gimbal all the way unlocked. Anyway, this is something I've gotten a lot of questions about when people have seen my past videos, and I just want to make one more update on this, just so you're aware of what it is and see if it's something that might help you with your gimbal when you're out there doing it. Anyway, guys, love to hear what you have to say about this. Leave me notes and comments down below, and yeah, go out there, keep on shooting, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.